What is up, everybody? The Hunter GT with TheHunterGT.com. That's right, go check out the website, TheHunterGT.com. What is going on today? We are back out here on Tuesday, which means it is a metal detecting 101 video. Last week was recovery speed, and you saw that we had the quarters coil width apart. Well, today we're going to be talking about separation. So they are half coil width apart. We have moved them inside the length of the coil here. So in recovery speed, you saw at coil length apart, if we swung too fast, well, it could not capture each target. It could not recover and reset it time. So now we have it in DE. It's in default mode. Again, not fast audio. Can it separate? This is not recovery speed, this is separation, but we're going to see how they tie into each other. So let's listen. Let's turn it all the way up here. Slow swing, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm lifted up about 3, 4, so I'm not getting double hits here. You can hear 4 hits. Now let's go a little faster. And you can see, just with a normal swing, I'm missing now. I'm getting like maybe 2 hits. One hit there. I'm getting 1 hit. So again, if we bump the recovery speed up to fast audio, let's see what happens. We're getting all 4 of them again. You can hear that the bump in recovery speed, it can now hit one, stop, recover, hit the next one, stop, recover, hit the next one. So this is how recovery speed and separation tie into each other. If your recovery speed is not fast, you will not separate targets that are close together. You saw when they were coil width apart, that was just recovery speed. Well, now we're moving the targets closer, so if you have an adjustable recovery speed detector, you can get these targets that are right next to each other. So that is how recovery speed and separation combine. Now what happens if we move them even closer? Look at this. Now they are all basically inside the coil itself. So inside the coil, what happens even with, or let's go back to default first. So now even with the slow swing, you see I'm just getting 1 hit, even with a slow swing. 2. So let's move it to fast audio again. Let's see what happens now. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still getting them, but it's becoming more of a struggle. Even with the fast audio, it is becoming more of a struggle, right? So what happens if you don't have fast audio, if you don't have a Fisher F75 or a Nocta Macro or an XP Deus or a Nox that has an adjustable recovery speed, or reactivity it's called on some detectors? What happens when we don't have that recovery speed option, that FA, just default? Most detectors are just default. Well, that's what we get. If we don't have recovery speed changes, we can't separate. That's why separation and recovery speed tie into each other so well. So what do? Well, if we don't have the option to switch, we switch to a smaller coil. Let's see what happens then. Alright, so now we have a smaller coil, a 5x8. We are still in default mode here. So what happens when we swing it slowly? 1, 2, 3, 4. Much better than the 11-inch DD just right off the bat. Still in default, much better than the default mode with the 11-inch DD at this separation range of the quarters. Let's speed it up. And we are starting to miss. Even with this 5-inch coil, we are starting to miss. So, but it is, as you can see, it is much better. 1, 2, 3, 4. than that 11-inch DD that was totally missing in default no matter how slow. So now we're FA, even faster with a small coil. Now let's see if we can get all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And listen to that gunfire. Bonkers fast, bonkers fast. So if you don't have a fast audio or a recovery speed option like the Amphibio does, like the Nox does, like the XP Deus does, some of these higher end detectors where you can switch over to a fast audio from default or whatever, get a small coil. A 5-inch coil, a 5x10, a 5x8 like this magic coil from MGC Lab, and that is how you will leap over your recovery speed boundaries and be able to separate coins that are close together. So as you can see, recovery speed and separation do tie into each other. Changing your recovery speed will allow you to separate targets better. However, they are two separate terms. I'd like to keep them separate, two separate videos, but as you can see, they do tie into each other quite well. Recovery speed and separation. Two separate terms, merging meanings, so to speak. Hope you enjoy the video. The Hunter GT signing off. I will see you on the next video.